Hi, I'm Robert Martinez. I'm gay and I like men. Beefy men. Do you like men? I like men too. We should date and we should make out. Oh, and did I mention I'm gay? Gay, 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 gay. That's my only personality trait. And I'm okay with that. I was scared that was gonna fall down. Okay, that's it. Hello everyone, my name is Robert Martinez and today I'm celebrating 6 years of being out of the closet. Yes, that's right, I came out October 11th, 2017. And today I'm going to tell you the story of how I came out and everything that happened afterwards. Alright, in order for me to tell you the story, I actually need to give you a lot of context on everything that happened beforehand. I was in high school, so this is way before college, way before the story takes place. And I had barely learned that I was gay, and that's not a story for now, that's a story for later. But with all this information, I was beginning to make sense of my entire life and my entire world. And I didn't really have that many people to tell about everything that I was going through. I had maybe like 1 or 2 friends that I told, but it was something that I was keeping to myself because I still had not had the opportunity to explore all of it. But I was seeing other men in my grade, and I was like, oh my gosh, he's so cute, you know? And I was having my little side crushes here and there. But of course, you know, when you're in high school, you can't really act on anything because it's like, I don't know if he's gay. I don't know if he's queer. I don't know what he is. I don't think so. But if I act on this and it goes poorly, then I'm screwed and everybody knows. So that was pretty much a lot of my high school experience. And on top of that, there wasn't really that many people that I was really attracted to or into. But I had so much energy and I was dreaming of this time when I could explore and for everything to be good and free. And I was waiting for an opportunity to be myself. And so I went off to college. But something you should know about college is that so many queer people go off to college to be themselves. For me, I had went in and my sexuality was not something that I had thought about. For me, I more was coming for my career. But as I got there, I realized like, oh my gosh, I could reinvent my entire identity. Nobody knows anything. And I remember choosing like, oh my gosh, you know, I could just not say anything and just be more subtle about it. Or I can push this gay thing to the max and I can do all of it. And did I go off to college to be myself? Yes. I think that once I had realized like I was at the University of North Texas, right? It's super progressive. I was like, I have to take advantage of that. Like, I need to be queer. I need to be super gay because if there's any place for me to do it, this is the place for me to do it. I remember being this little silent queer boy in the back of these like little student queer organizations and just sitting and just examining things. And to be honest, I think that like back then things were very weird because I felt like I just didn't have a community as much. And in a way, I almost felt kind of rejected by some of the queer organizations at that time, just because I don't think that they were as accessible. When I come out of the closet, I'm going to be dating people left and right. And I'm going to be in this giant romance. And we're going to date. And then we're not going to get married. But we're going to have beef and drama for the rest of my college career. So the one thing that I had my eye on in college, and I was so ready for, was the boys. I was so excited to start dating and to have a relationship. And I was so ready for all of that because you forget, I was in high school. I didn't experience any of that. So when I went off to college, it was like, this is my chance to finally do that, you know? And so that was one of the things that was kind of like pushing me to come out. But at the same time, I had always felt like maybe I don't need to come out because everyone already thinks I'm gay. And I'm just me. So, I accept me for me, and that's all that matters. But with this new opportunity to totally rebrand myself, I started to explore my femininity even more. And I started leaning into it. And I started, posting more feminine Snapchats. And eventually I joined the UNT Snapchat group. Now, some of y'all might not know what Snapchat groups are. But what they are is they basically was like a story where anybody who added it could contribute. And they kind of brought it back with the Snapchat University thing or something. I don't know. But that's what it came from, is the Snapchat little groups that you used to make. And I joined that. So I remember posting, sometimes I would post like a little feminine stuff, whatever. And I remember I started getting the attention of people who didn't like what I was posting. I mean, I knew people maybe didn't like what I was doing or posting, but in all honesty, like, I guess I expected a little less of it because I was at UNT, and UNT is known for being a progressive school. So picture this, right? I'm on Snapchat and I'm exploring myself. I'm just being a little sexy and fun and feminine and flirty and whatever, I'm just being me. And I end up getting this friend request by the person named Elena Grimia. You might be asking yourself, why am I bringing up this certain person? Who is this person? Who is Elena Grimia? Well, that's a good question. And I don't know who Elena Grimia is too, but I'll tell you what they did. I would post my Snapchats, and they used to comment on them, and they used to send me messages saying, be yourself in private, nobody wants to see that shit. And they would say, if I see you in public, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. And they would say all these horrendous things to me and try to intimidate me into stop being myself. If you need to pause and read it, you can, but these are some of the messages that the anonymous account sent me, and I got a lot of these my freshman year. If you know me, I don't take kindly to that. And I don't bow down. I don't do any of that shit. I demand respect. And if somebody challenges me in that way, bitch, I'm gonna be gayer. I'm gonna be louder. And I'm gonna be prouder. So I kept on. And all my friends would say, like, why don't you block them? Why don't you block them? Bitch, I'm not letting them win. I am not letting them win. And I've told this story before, and people just say let go. But no, I'm not that type of person. I'm not. And for me, even though that was something negative that happened, it was still an important part of my journey. Because this was the first time that I had really stood my ground. And this is the first time when I said, I'm going to be me, and I have to be me, and I have to continue being me, because being me is the only answer that I have. Elena Grimia, if you're watching this, I'm not scared of you. I'm going to have a romance, and I'm going to be super, super, super gay everywhere. I've tried making this video several times before, like this whole coming out video, and every time I never post it because when I get to the Elena Grimia part, I feel like I'm always making it too significant, and I just don't want to give that person that kind of power. But that being said, like, Elena Grimia is a fake account. Somebody is hiding behind that account, and they haven't messaged me in years, but it was the push I needed to say, you don't have the power. I have the power. And it was one of the things that pushed me into going into this next step. But this entire story has been leading up to one big moment. My entire life has been leading up to this one big moment. It was like, I was so ready to date, but I didn't know how to tell my roommate. I didn't know how to tell my friends, people who knew me before, and I was so ready to just be gay and free And on top of that, like, I wasn't even out of the closet yet. Somebody was targeting me for being gay. Like, that's so weird. And I was in a stage where I had to take back the power. And I needed to do me. And I wanted to be gay and kiss boys and do all these things. And so I started my first steps of coming out. I took my roommate aside. I took some of my friends aside. I got this giant cake. Okay, so on UNT, they have this little like store inside the Union, and they sell cakes. And I used my Flex, which is on-campus currency, to buy a cake. And I came out to my two friends and my roommate, and I told them the story of how I found out I was gay, and I would give them some of my cake. It wasn't good cake, but it was. I don't know. It's so funny, but for me, this is the first steps of me just becoming myself. Once I told them, I knew I was ready to tell the world. So after I came out to my friends, I just started an October Instagram challenge where every day of October, I wanted to post something brand new because I really wanted to boost my social media and get my post number out there, and just started getting more followers and doing all those different things. And on day 11 of October was National Coming Out Day. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like super gay right now, and I need to tell the world. So I ended up going down to the UNT Library Mall, and I seen it was National Coming Out Day, and I seen a door that says National Coming Out Day. And I took a picture and I wrote on the door and I posted it to my social media. I remember being excited and exhilarated when posting it, but it was something that I could no longer keep in, so I had to do it. I had to post it. And the rest is history. So this is my official coming out post. It says this is day 11 out of 31 of the 31-day photo challenge. I've never formally come out, but I'm choosing to now because I'm actively seeking out a partner. I came out to my roommate and a friend of mine and let them find out the way that I found out. It's a story I always hold close to me. At the end of the story, I told them that I had joined Tinder and was talking to guys. I'm happy to be starting this new part of my life. Hashtag National Coming Out Day, hashtag LGBT, hashtag UNT, hashtag Gays Break the Internet. By the way, on the door, I wrote, be you unapologetically, and my name. And for the first time, I set myself free. But after I came out, I had actually had this thing where I made gay my whole personality. Or at least that's what people would tell me I was doing. But I think like sometimes like using gay as a crutch is like, it's not a bad thing. And that's what I'm gonna tell all of you. It's not a bad thing. The reason why is because some people need it. I mean, people like myself, I mean, I wasn't super closeted, but for me, I was just so ready to express it, and it was something that I needed at the time. And I don't think that a lot of the straight people in my time really understood that. I think they just didn't know what to do, and it was what I needed at the time, and it was super important to me, you know. But I later went on, I did my first drag show, and I eventually had my first kiss. I talked about wanting to like date and stuff after I came out, right? I only went on one date, and out of my entire college career, I did experiment with men some and have that little phase, I'll be honest. But I've never been in a relationship even now. So that's really weird for me. And it's so funny, like looking back, like I thought like, oh my gosh, I want to be dating all these men and stuff. And that was not the case. Honestly, I'm a very tame person. I'll go on dates every once in a while. It's really weird how everything has changed, and I'm very open about who I am, and it's not my crutch anymore, but it definitely is a huge part of who I am. And as for Linogrimia, I have no idea who they are. I never found out. I do know that they know about Greek life. The last message I got from them was, hey, you should join this organization. It was a female, it was a sorority, and that was them trying to joke, oddly enough. I don't know, it was weird. Honestly, I don't know who they are, never found out. But if you're watching this, Alina Grimia, bitch, what's up? And that's the story of How I Met Your Mother. I'm just kidding. That's the story of how I came out. And honestly, it is a very sweet and special story to me. You know, I was just a little college freshman, just wanting to experience life and date boys. And I was also learning to take back the power. No one's gonna tell me anything. And this has all led up to everything I've become now. Okay. Yes! Every single year, I post a picture of me celebrating coming out of the closet, and this is an addition to that. And as tradition, I signed the door, and I wrote, "This upcoming year, be extra gay." So thank you so much for the support throughout the years. Thank you so much for supporting me, and thank you all so much. Okay, bye! So long, gay boys!